All right, I have just hit the record button. Welcome once again to those of you who have joined me earlier, a few minutes before the official start time, and to those of you who are joining me right now. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Ander, marketing educator here at Instapage, where we believe that every promotion needs a page. This is digital advertising, personalization, and message matching. There is a lot to cover here, and I'm really excited to dive in. A couple housekeeping items right off the bat. If at any time you cannot hear me or see my screen, let me know in the question section of GoToWebinar, and I will make sure to make the necessary technical adjustments so that you can get as much value out of this as possible. And regarding getting as much value out of this as possible, out of this more or less hour that we spend together, keep note of any questions that you may have, and the best way to do that is to put that in the question section of GoToWebinar. Just type in your question, and I will make sure to address that either during the course of the presentation or during the Q&A at the very end. There are no questions that are off limits about landing pages, about digital advertising, about personalization, about message matching, or Instapage. So really anything is fair game. Let's get started with this content. A little bit about me. I previously worked as a marketing consultant. I used Instapage. I've also worked as a marketer full-time with a number of organizations. And my goal for this webinar is to show you how you can increase the ROI of your digital advertising with personalization, and also inspire opportunities for you to personalize your ads with landing pages. So there are a number of things that we're going to cover during this webinar, and there are a number of things that you can do throughout the course of this webinar to make the most of this educational experience. A few of the things that you're going to learn is why connecting with an individual with advertising is better than connecting with a broader audience. And I'll show you how to do that, how personalization of landing pages and of ads doesn't have to be difficult, and why it makes the digital marketer's life so much easier. I'll also show you why landing pages are where the conversion happens in the first place, and why you want to focus on optimizing the landing page as much as you focus on optimizing the ad itself. If you're running digital advertising right now and you're getting a 3% conversion rate, which is pretty close to the median conversion rate on most AdWords campaigns, that is far from ideal. But let's say that you're getting this 60%, 70% conversion rate. That doesn't mean very much if the conversions aren't happening on the subsequent landing page. That's why you want to focus your energy there. Here's the order before we get there, here are some action items, things that I recommend doing throughout the webinar. Start considering the relevant needs of your target audience and personas. And as I said, think about the personalization opportunities that you might have within your own business or your client's business for digital ads and landing pages. There's going to be a lot of very specific details throughout the course of this webinar, but I recommend focusing on some of the broader concepts and taking those away to apply to your own digital ad campaigns that you're running. I see a number of you have joined the webinar since I got started. My name is Ander. Welcome. Stick around for the entire time, because I do have an exclusive offer I'm giving away at the very end, and then we'll do a Q&A. And feel free to put any questions you have throughout the course of the webinar in the questions section of GoToWebinar. The order in which we'll discuss things: talk a little bit about Instapage, who we are, and the importance of landing pages, why they're actually different than your website, and how they contribute to digital advertising and the landscape as a whole. We'll then get into why personalization is so important, and then the opportunities for personalization. The real meat of this seminar here is going to be within these opportunities. There are a couple things that you're always going to want to do as you are personalizing your digital advertising campaigns. We'll talk about those, and then we will get into the Q&A and this exclusive special offer that I have for you guys. Instapage, who are we? What do we do? We are the most powerful end-to-end landing page marketing solution for teams and agencies. Consultants find a lot of value with us as well, as do designers. And our mission is to continually lower the cost of customer acquisition for anybody who is running digital advertising. Our philosophy stems from that mission, and that is that every promotion needs a landing page. That's what's going to help lower the cost of customer acquisition. And the reason and the way it does that is it articulates the unique value proposition of a specific product to a specific individual, a specific member of a person or of your audience. A little bit more about us. We have over 1 million pages on our platform. It's substantially higher than that by now, and the average conversion rate is above 25%, way higher than you get with most AdWords and Facebook campaigns. We have over 300,000 users, actually it might be closer to 400,000 at this point, and there are 1,500 high-converting landing pages being created every day by users all around the globe. Landing pages. Why are they important? Why are they so tied to your digital advertising? A lot of people think about landing pages as just the simply put, the page you land on once you click on an ad or anything else on the web to get to one of your digital properties. What they function most effectively as, and what they are in our minds here at Instapage, is a natural extension of your digital advertising. You can see here that there's a very similar experience that you're getting between the copy, between the images, between the overall experience of this Facebook ad and this landing page. And it's important to note that they are not your website. They need to match the experience of your website, but more importantly, they need to function as a natural extension of your ads. A website is still very, very important. I don't want to undermine that. However, it's an exploratory experience. It's really good for somebody who might be mid-funnel, somebody who wants to learn more about your company as a whole, more about the products, the people, the services. Whereas a landing page is a standalone page. A website has many opportunities to take action, lots of things to click on and engage with, whereas a landing page is a standalone page that is focused and messaged aligned, and people get to it after clicking on an ad, a social media post, or a search result. As I said, websites, very, very exploratory. Great for when someone is in a consideration phase. Maybe they want more information, but they are unfocused. And as a result, conversion rates tend to be very low. If you're sending traffic from an ad to a homepage, you're going to see conversions on the homepage. People taking action on the homepage is going to be around 3% of the people who end up there from an ad. That is not ideal, and it's far worse than you can do when you are using landing pages. Here's an example of the Uber website, a product I imagine many of you might be familiar with. There are lots of things you can do when you engage with Uber. You can sign up to ride, you can sign up to drive. They even have all these other components of the Uber platform now, signing up to deliver for them or a number of other things. If I come onto this site, there are so many different things I could do. I could sign up to ride, I could sign up to drive, I could get help, I could sign in. If I scroll down, I can access their YouTube channel. There are many opportunities to take action. Landing pages, on the other hand, as a natural extension of your digital advertising, have a specific purpose. They are designed to funnel a visitor towards a single action without a navigation, without any other clickable elements, and without distractions. One product, one service, one action for that specific promotion articulated in the digital advertisement. And because of this, they have a higher conversion rate. Our landing pages feature a 20% conversion rate, and the average gets much higher than that, even up to 25%. And there are people who see conversion rates of 30, 40, 50% in some cases. On a rare case, you might see it even higher. Here's an example of an Uber landing page. This is an Uber ad, and this is advertising a specific component of the Uber platform, getting people to sign up to drive. But it gets more specific than that. Perhaps these are people who want to drive but do not have the means to do so, meaning they do not have a car. They don't have the main tool necessary. This ad would be especially effective if it was used in retargeting. Perhaps somebody tried signing up for the Uber platform to drive and they realized, I can't do this. I don't have a car. I don't have the means to do so. This ad might be served as remarketing on Facebook. Now, if I were to go from this ad to this page here, I'm going to have to dig around on the homepage to find the right place where I can sign up for this component of the Uber service. Now, if I instead go from this ad to this landing page, and this is an ad they're running right now, by the way, with this exact landing page. If you get their ads, you will see this, or you'll probably see it, I should say. But every single thing about this page, and there's a lot more information below if you go below the fold on the page itself, everything about this page is geared towards the exact value proposition in this exact ad. There's no navigation. All of the information you need to know, there's an FAQ below the fold here. Everything you need to know to engage with this component of the Uber platform, or at least begin to engage with it, is here on this page. And the only clickable elements are the call to action and the form itself. So the only way people are leaving this page is if they go to another browser tab, they close out of the page itself, or they engage with this call to action. It's funneled, it's very focused, and it's messaged aligned with the ad. The reason why this is so important and so effective is because digital advertising has never had more specific targeting abilities, and these are very, very effective. Facebook, as an example, has over 1,200 different pieces of criteria by which you can target ads. Geography, job title, marital status, gender, age groups, etc. Google AdWords is even more specific in many cases, and it's really only limited to the keywords that you want to target your ads to based on your data, your research, and of course your imagination. A lot of really interesting statistics and data around this. One that is especially surprising to me is in 2013, for every $92 spent on optimizing ads, only $1 was spent on optimizing landing pages. That's really wild when you consider that the actual conversion, the most important action that happens as a result of the ad, is getting someone to engage with that landing page. And the reason that people were only spending $1 for every $92 is that it was difficult to do so. It required a lot of engineering resources, and this is something that is now possible with platforms like ours at Instapage or other landing page solutions. Of course, we happen to think that ours is the best. It is the most powerful, but that is why this is possible now. Now, it's also interesting that 78% of businesses are creating these poorly designed pages that they fail to optimize, and we think that this is because it was difficult to create these landing pages. And even though B2B companies are using landing pages, a lot of them are directing traffic to a homepage because they might have one or two landing pages that they can send traffic to for specific promotions. But because of all the engineering resources that are required to build a landing page, it's easier sometimes to send traffic to a homepage. Despite those very, very low conversions, full quarter of accounts for AdWords have a conversion rate of 1% or less. Every promotion needs a landing page, and for the same reason I just described, companies with 10 to 15 landing pages see a 55% increase in leads. Basically, the more landing pages you have, the more effectively you can articulate the unique value proposition of a specific product to a highly specific segment of your audience. Now, in order to do this, you have to be targeting them correctly. And a big part of that is understanding who your personas are, which we're going to get to momentarily. First, let's talk a little bit more about the benefits of a personalized landing page. A consistent experience between your paid media and your product, as we've discussed. The one-fits-all experience no longer works, and also, as I've mentioned, it customizes the value of your product to a specific segment of your users. No matter who I am, the person next to me who is purchasing the same product as me has a different personal reason for wanting that product. If it's a SaaS product, a business product, I, as someone purchasing that at one company, it's providing the same service, but I am getting a specific benefit for my specific use that is different than someone else. Seth Godin, one of the many all-star marketers out there, he says, our job is to connect to people, to interact with them in a way that leaves them better than we found them, more able to get where they'd like to go. That's what digital advertising personalization is going to do. It's going to put somebody on a path that is solving a pain point that is specific to them and ultimately leave them better than we found them. Direct them down the path to solving that pain point, which is where they'd like to go. The translation of this is empathizing, individualizing, and elevating. Traditional advertising shouts at prospects, whereas content marketing talks with them. And what this comes down to is showing the people seeing an ad and seeing that subsequent landing page that we are truly considering them as individuals. We are humanizing them and personalizing them. We're having a conversation with them, sharing something that is of unique value to them at this point in time. That's what it comes down to: humanization and personification. We do not want to be treated. Humans don't want to be treated as a number, as just another one of the many customers that's generating revenue for a company. We want to be treated as individuals and humanized, and having this personalized experience that is articulating a unique value proposition to our needs in the moment we stumble upon an ad is going to help us feel that way. Now, in order to personalize your ads, you have to know who you're personalizing for, and that starts with them. It starts with your personas, and it starts with knowing your audience. And having an understanding of your personas is going to help you understand how your buyers or customers are approaching their decision actions and how they're actually behaving when they make that purchase. This is going to help you create your ads and your subsequent landing pages. So here are two examples of two different personas. Let's say that this is for a product, a marketing technology product, a product like MailChimp, or a product like Instapage. There's Anne, she's our marketing manager, and Windsor, our agency account marketing manager. So Anne is going to work within a larger organization, perhaps a Fortune 500 company, maybe it's a small business, but she's focused on one business, and she has different needs than Windsor does, even though they're ultimately buying the same product. Here's a B2C example, and this is for a music production course. So someone who wants to learn how to record and produce music. There's Claire. Claire is an amateur musician. Her needs are to produce her own music and save time of booking, save the time and money that it would take to book a studio. Someone who might be taking the exact same online course is an aspiring music producer. He has different needs than Claire does, and even though they have these different needs, they're purchasing the same product, but the promotion for the product should be specific to their needs, not just a generic music production course. Another part of understanding your personas is knowing where they are coming from, and that depends on where you're advertising or you're serving your ads. Facebook, one of the very popular platforms, that's going to be the primary example. Primary examples we're going to see throughout this presentation are going to be Facebook ads. And they're really powerful, especially when you're using them in the discovery phase of the problem and solution. In many cases, the people seeing these ads might not be aware of the problem and the need for your product in the first place. And in this case, you'll want to focus on educational content and copy that's going to establish the problem your product helps them solve. Here's an example. This is an ad that we run for A/B testing. We're not trying to sell the product here. We're not trying to do anything other than help out people who might need the help. Teach people about A/B testing. And the subsequent landing page, the only call to action on this page is to get that ebook, get that A/B testing guide. Another one of the most popular, in fact, the most popular digital advertising platform is AdWords. And AdWords is far more intent-based. It's about solving the problem. People are typing in a specific query, so they're already aware of what they're looking for. Depending on what they're looking for, you want to go straight for the conversion. And you can see here in an example, this is an ad we run on AdWords. Someone searches landing pages. Perhaps they're looking for the platform to create landing pages, the most powerful landing page marketing solution. And that is exactly what this ad provides them. And the call to action on this ad is just to get started. They know what they're looking for, they know what they need, and we're going to make it as easy as possible for them to do that. Now, here's an example of how these two different personas with two different needs are going to end up at the same product. Anne needs to just get started, start building landing pages. That's what she's looking for. But she's still ending up here at Instapage. Windsor, he wants to know about A/B testing. He might not be aware of the fact that he needs to solve this problem. He's still going to end up at Instapage. It's a specific, both of these ads and these landing pages articulate the unique value proposition. of the product to their specific needs. Here's my favorite part of this webinar, the landing page personalization, showing you all the opportunities to engage in this granular, specific personalization of advertising. The first thing you need to think about is the elements of the content, the text, the color, the creative assets, images, and video, and then the contextual requisites, matching the moment the user clicks on an ad and telling a story with your ads and your landing pages, and what happens after that as well. The anatomy of a landing page. It incorporates a headline, a form capture, which is arguably the most important part of the page, creative assets to appeal to an aesthetic sense, and then the value proposition. What is someone going to get by signing up? These are all of the customizable elements on a landing page. Text and copy makes up a big part of that. And you want to use copy that matches the messaging of your ads with language that resonates with your personas. Now, here we have Anne, the marketing manager. She's concerned with tool integrations. She wants mobile responsive pages. She wants free page templates. All of the messaging in this ad and the story that this landing page and this ad tell together is geared specifically towards Anne, the marketing manager at a larger organization. Here's Windsor. The same thing with this Facebook ad. It's copy and text that matches the messaging of the ad and the landing page, a focused message-aligned experience. And if you remember, Windsor, he wants to know about A/B testing. He needs better A/B testing, and that's exactly what we are providing him. Color, another very important part of your ads and landing pages. 90% of our subconscious judgment is based on color alone. And yes, having the right color is very, very important. Perhaps you've done a lot of brand development work to figure out how you want to get there. But having the wrong color, as you can see in this example here, is not necessarily going to do the best thing for you. If you're advertising a premium executive chair to an executive audience, that pink color doesn't necessarily resonate with that type of persona. And so this gray or blue, however you want to describe that color, that's going to generally be a better fit. Let's look at an ad that leads to this landing page. This ad is incredibly focused on a specific persona, someone who might be having back trouble, someone who deserves to be comfortable at work. It's messaging that really aligns to their needs. And this ad would be served, presumably, during working hours. Maybe it's also targeted towards someone who's shown interest in other things on Facebook that indicate an interest in health-oriented things or something related to back pain or something like that. That's where the creativity really comes in. So another thing, back to the color, is you can see here that we're not using the exact same colors on this landing page as in this ad, but it's very close. You can see even the color of his shirt, the backgrounds, there's a similar tone that's being evoked between the colors in this ad and the colors in this landing page. And another very, very important part of the content elements is going to be illustration versus video, the creative elements that are going to hook your visitors emotionally, build trust, help you go viral, and excite your visitors. They're incredible for your conversion rates. Video, especially powerful, can increase conversions by up to 86%. And the reason they do this is because they convey complex narratives and ideas. They say things that you're not going to be able to say with a little bit of advertising copy. Here's an example. One big choice that you have to make with your landing pages and your ads is if you're going to go with a live action, a real photo, a real video footage of real people, or something that's illustrated, something that's fictional. Maybe it's a whiteboard illustration or animation. Maybe it's a cartoon like we see in this example here. Now, illustrations are good for certain things. They may indicate something quirky, something personable, something that's kind of hard to explain, something maybe that's not appropriate to show a real image of. However, real people are going to provide an emotive connection to your audience. In this case, this example with this insurance company, feel safe, get insured. If I see this, if I have a family, the ad is targeted to me as someone with a family, I am probably going to relate more to this picture of a family that might look just like mine. Maybe the targeting is done specifically in mind with someone who has young children. And this ad is going to resonate more with me than this illustrated image right here. In essence, on-page elements create the context. Text is going to relate to your audience. Color is a powerful variable for subconscious judgment. And then you have the creative assets. And these go both to your landing pages and to your digital advertising. Matching the moment someone comes to your landing page from an ad is really where a lot of the power lies here. And let's go into some of those examples. But first, what we really want to do with our ads and our landing pages is tell a story. Marketing isn't about stuff that you make. It's about the stories that you tell and how those stories articulate the unique value proposition of a product when someone comes across an ad that is promoting the product. Now, this isn't a digital ad, but it's a really great example. And if you've never been to New York, when you go down into the subways in New York, there are frequently small billboards right on the above the stair entrance down to the subway. They're pretty much impossible to miss. When you're taking the subway, you are in transit. Taxis are also very popular in New York. Perhaps you considered taking a taxi before you decided to take the subway. Maybe the reason you decided not to take a taxi is because it's too expensive. The subway is also, well, it's not, I mean, depending on traffic, maybe it's faster, maybe it's not, but a taxi certainly is going to be more comfortable. Now, maybe you didn't take it because it's too expensive. Uber is now cheaper than a taxi. It is addressing your pain point, the decision you were trying to make right in the moment when you were making that decision. And then there's the URL to that landing page, uber.com/New York. So it articulates the value proposition here. And then the subsequent landing page completes that story. Never hail a taxi again. Really, really powerful narrative storytelling here. There are also some other specific frameworks that you can use when telling these stories. One is product versus outcome. Product being the means, outcome being the end. Product is illustrating your product in action, showing this thing that is going to solve a pain point for me as the person seeing this ad. The outcome on the landing page being what the product has accomplished for me. This is a really great fictional example here, and this landing page was created within our platform, created actually very, very quickly. All of the examples that we're using throughout this presentation, for the purpose of this presentation, are being created within our own platform. You can do this however you're creating your landing pages. Maybe you're hard coding them or doing something else, but we've used our platform for the purpose of this. In this example, here is the means. The creative elements of this ad, it shows the plane, the mode of transportation. It shows a map showing San Francisco to Las Vegas. And it's also speaking specifically to someone who might have an interest in gambling. Maybe they've liked pages on Facebook that show that they enjoy gambling. Maybe you're targeting someone who has the level of income that allows them to gamble safely, or whatever you want to call it. Win big with an affordable direct flight to Vegas. Book a nonstop flight now, cheapest flights from San Francisco, and the subsequent landing page. The copy continues to be message aligned with what is seen here in this ad, and it continues to focus on that segment of the target personas. With a deal like this, you've already won big. And then we can see two people happily playing the slot machines, winning their thousands or whatever, however much money they've won. Something as, if I love to gamble, I see this, it's something I really, really relate to. It speaks to my pain point for getting a cheap flight to Vegas. And then a couple conversion rate optimization tips you can see here, actually. Really good examples of this. You can see that the gaze of these two individuals here, in fact the three, is towards this call to action, which has a very powerful subconscious effect to directing somebody to click on that CTA. Another thing is it says book my flight now. It's not book your flight, it's not book the flight, it's not just book flight now. Using book my flight now is another way to add to this level of personalization. Here's another example of product versus outcome. Product being the means and outcome being the end. And in this case, we're showing the product in action as a digital product. So see a screenshot there. Someone's using this piece of software that's going to create a personal connection with every customer. And it provides a free trial for your business. Here is the outcome. And it's a little abstract, but the subconscious effect here is what's very, very powerful. These are people around a computer. Everybody is smiling. They're seeing their ROI on their marketing campaigns go up. They're seeing their revenue go up. They've got what I would call a happy expression on their face. And again, their gaze is geared towards this call to action here. Get my free trial. Another example of this is situation versus solution. The situation, the user is experiencing an unresolved pain point, and the solution is showcasing the solution to that pain point. Now, the situation, this is going to be targeted when somebody is experiencing this pain point in the moment. And no, you're never going to be able to predict this perfectly, but this is a really, really targeted example of this. This is for a mattress company, and this ad would be served between maybe 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. when people who see this ad at 2 a.m., they might be trying to sleep. They can't sleep. They're browsing Facebook to kind of shut their brain off or whatever. And they're tossing and turning. They need a more comfortable mattress. I see this and I say, wow, I do. Maybe that's why I'm not sleeping so well. It takes me to this landing page. I see this same girl from the ad. She's fast asleep. She looks so comfortable, and I can get my customized mattress now. This is a great example of showing the situation and solution and matching the moment someone comes to an ad. Let's take that same product and use a different ad with a different landing page that articulates the value proposition to someone at a different time when they have a different pain point. In this case, I see this ad, I'm at work, I can't focus, I'm on Facebook instead of doing work because I just can't get anything done, and I'm falling asleep at my desk. I couldn't sleep last night. There's a guy I can totally relate to, and I realize, wait, it's not my insomnia, it is my mattress. I'm really, really uncomfortable. I click on this ad, I get to this landing page, there is the bed that I'm just dreaming of, and wait, I can get this mattress made and delivered in less than 24 hours? Wow, I'm going to engage with this. Or at least I'm going to save the page for later to engage with it, even if I don't do that right now. This ad might be served between maybe 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on Monday through Friday. That's when someone's going to see this ad and really be able to relate to it. Another example of timing is not just the time of day, but also seasonal timing. Here's an ad for an email productivity tool. And even though people are going to get value out of this pretty much any time of the year, I know how many emails everybody gets every day. I myself experience that. Now, when I am needing to file my taxes, hypothetically, and I've got all these emails, and I just say, oh, I'm going to file my taxes later, maybe my email inbox is getting in the way of that. At the very, very least, taxes are top of mind for a lot of people at specific times of year. In the United States, it's between January and April. So this ad here is geared towards that specific time of year. And there is a little calendar, says April 1st on it. Somebody in his email inbox. Is your email inbox getting in the way of filing your taxes? And then the subsequent landing page. Stop checking your inbox, start filing your taxes. A smiling, happy person who doesn't have this crazy inbox, and she's been able to deal with her taxes. And then a review there, also from somebody who experienced the value proposition of that product with that personalized call to action. Here's that same product, but being advertised to a different audience with a different pain point. A parent who is busy at work, they've got a great job, but they have all these emails, and they've got to catch up with them on the weekend instead of hanging out with their family. Not something as someone with a family that I'd necessarily want to be doing. And this ad, this is something that I can relate to. There's my daughter doing whatever she's doing, and there is, if it was a man, it would be me. For a woman, it might be someone, for a mother, it might be someone that they can really relate to. Disengage from their daughter because they're checking their email, and it's just something they have to do. Spend time with your family instead of your inbox. And then the subsequent landing page. A family doing a happy thing together. Presumably they're not checking email together because that would not be very fun. But looks like they're having a good time. Stop checking your inbox. Start enjoying your weekend. This ad would be served maybe between Friday at 5 p.m. and Monday morning at 5 a.m. or something like that. Specific, and it would also be served to people who've indicated interest in things on Facebook that they have a family. So it's very, very specific to them and a different audience than it might apply to this ad here. Another example of timing, and this isn't something that people always think about, but it's desktop versus mobile, and it goes beyond just having a mobile responsive site. When people are on their desktop computer, there's a very different experience than they have when they're on their mobile device. And a lot of that depends on what they're doing, where they are, the moment that they come to their ad. When people engage with something on mobile, on an ad, they're typically engaged for no more than about 70 seconds. Desktop is about twice that. A lot of discovery happens on mobile, whereas a lot of purchasing decisions happen on desktop. And as a result of that, you're going to want to create something that is more conducive to a mobile experience, something that maybe they're riding the bus home from work, maybe they're waiting for a doctor's appointment. So you're going to want to have the ad more geared towards that time and that experience. Another example is using reviews to personalize your ads and personalize the moment that someone comes to an ad. Reviews can take one of two forms. They can feature someone your audience relates to or someone that they aspire to be. 61% of customers read online reviews before making a purchase decision. So including customer quotes can only help encourage the sale even more. Here's a great example. The music production course that I mentioned in the personas example from earlier in the presentation. And it is $9 for an online 30-day music production course. This is geared towards aspiring musicians. And you can see the subsequent landing page has all of the necessary elements. Now, one of the really cool personalization parts of this is this review that comes from the same guy that is featured in this ad here. And he is articulating why this course was powerful for him. Here's another example, also for musicians. Hard to book a gig without a website. That makes sense. And there's a guy who's playing for an empty audience, playing all by himself. Still need a website for your band? Get your $1 domain name now. This is the landing page. And whether or not you like Coldplay, most people, or, I don't know how people feel about Coldplay. I have my own opinions, of course, but I think we can all agree that they're pretty successful musicians. Maybe when they got their start, they started using this domain service provider. And this is someone, as the struggling musician I can aspire to be. They're giving their endorsement, and it's a reason for me to engage with that call to action. Here's kind of the ecosystem of everything that we've talked about so far, how your content and your context, the timing, matching the moment someone comes to an ad, feeds into the landing page, feeds into the ad, and feeds into that narrative that connects the ad to the landing page as a natural extension of that advertisement. Now, while you're personalizing, and hopefully you are coming up with some ideas, maybe some of these have inspired a few ways to do this for your personas, you're going to want to always do a few things. Brand consistency is important. A/B testing, also very important. Saying thank you to people for converting on your landing pages, also important. And then integrating your landing pages with your best business applications. The first thing is brand consistency. Now, when you're personalizing, you don't want to over-personalize to the point that you're stepping outside of your brand guidelines. Brand consistency across all of your digital properties is still important. Comes down to colors, comes down to the fonts you're using. On Instapage, we have 100% customizable page builders with integrates with Adobe Typekit and Google Fonts, so allows you to do that. And it's going to help you manage perceptions, take ownership, drive authority, and let's face it, if you get an ad that looks like it was sent to you and only you and nobody else, too personal can be a little bit too weird. That's why Facebook limits your audiences to, I believe, it can't be smaller than 1,000 people. Thanking your audience, also so important. People like to be thanked for doing something. I mean, that's just human nature. But it's doing another thing. It's also providing navigation to the next reasonable step for your persona and continuing to deliver value. What this really means and what this translates into is, okay, someone engages with my call to action. They've taken the next step. Let's keep them engaged. And there are a number of ways to do that. First, you're going to want to congratulate them for that successful conversion, but you can ask them for feedback. You can continue to offer additional value, or you can eliminate buyer's remorse. So let's see a few examples of that. And for the purpose of this, I'm actually going to show you in our page builder here. So these are pages that were built on our platform. Here's one example of a thank you page. Thank you for signing up. Congratulations, you can connect with 30 times more leads than non-Premier agents. This is reminding them of why they signed up in the first place, and then takes them to the next reasonable step. Access your leads. All they have to do is click right there. Another example, again, congratulating them, reminding them what they can do now that they have engaged with that call to action. And the value here instead is we want to hear from you. We want to know how we can help you. Of course, there's a self-serving component to this. You can get some feedback maybe. But another part of this is you're showing them that you genuinely care. You want to know what you can do to maximize the ROI that they are hoping to get out of your product. And then finally, the other example. Thank you for signing up, again, thanking them, and offering an ebook that is going to tell them everything they need to know to effectively take advantage of what they have engaged in. Get my ebook now. All they have to do is click on that, and it's going to download the ebook. And that's something that I could really easily do. All I would have to do is just click on that, and if I wanted to have a file download, I could attach that ebook. Going back to our presentation here, another thing you're always going to want to do is A/B test. And if you're not familiar with A/B testing, it's the process of serving 2 pages to a split section of your audience to determine which page is going to have a higher conversion rate. Very easy to do within our platform. I'll show you momentarily just how easy it is. And there are a few things you're always going to want to do when you A/B test. A lot of people like to focus on little things, fonts, perhaps it's the color of the call to action. Maybe it's one word. And yeah, that can boost your conversion rates. But the first test I like to run is something that's going to focus on the really big ideas, the layout of the page as a whole. And there's also other things I want to do here. I always want to be testing, don't want to jump to conclusions, and I'm going to want to also keep the testing simple. Let me show you an example of how you can create a really simple A/B test. So here's variation A of this one page. It's a great landing page. Tells you everything you need to know, has that review. This is the example we just looked at. Let's go ahead and create a variation. I have a few variations here. I'm not going to show you those. I'm just going to create a, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to delete these very quickly because I like to run A/B tests. Keep things simple instead of having a bunch of variations. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this page. I'm going to skip the mobile review for now just to show you this quickly. And a lot of people don't A/B test because of all the resources that have to go into it. Now, look how easy this is. I'm going to take all of these elements here. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to click on that. I'll ungroup these. I'm going to group these together so they behave as one element. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to select all of these elements here. I'm going to move those over there. I'm going to go down here to alignment, and I am going to left align them. I'm now going to dial into this text, align that to the left, align that to the left. And, oh, we should move, I forgot to include that in the group. We'll put that right there. And we'll put this call to action back in the, actually, let's just move everything over. This should behave as one group. It certainly does. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to select all of these. I am going to make sure that there's equal distribution between all the elements, distribute equally vertically. So now there's equal distribution between them. Nice and perfectly aligned. I'll make that quick adjustment right here. Actually, let's put that down there. And now, to make sure that this is going to show up very beautifully in mobile, I'm going to go here. I'm going to group these together. I am going to then lock the mobile aspect ratio, go to the mobile version of the page, click regenerate, and there's my mobile version. There it is. It's that simple. It's that easy to do. And that's why we really encourage A/B testing. We also have built-in analytics in our platform that I'm happy to show you during the Q&A if you'd find that useful. Got a little static on my microphone here. 1 second. There we go. I think that that is better. All right. other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use integrations. And this means if you're using MailChimp or any marketing automation or CRM like Salesforce, it's going to help you maximize the value of your landing pages and your digital advertising. So it's really easy to do. Let me show you quickly. I'm going to edit the pop-up that comes up here. All I would have to do is dial in. Oh, we're in the mobile version. That's why I can't edit this directly there. We do this for a really good reason. I'm happy to elaborate on during the Q&A if you would like. I'm going to edit the pop-up. There's the pop-up that comes up. I will edit that. I will go to integrations, and all I have to do is just choose an integration, enter in my login credentials. It's that simple. That's all there is to it. It's really easy to integrate them, and that means that anytime a name or an email is filled out, it's going to go to your MailChimp. It's going to go into Salesforce, whatever your integration is attached to this. Excuse me. And we also do store the leads within our platform as a backup, and I would be happy to show you that if you are curious as well during the Q&A. All right. In summary, this is the nuts and bolts of everything that we've talked about. The different elements of your landing pages, the text, the images, the color, and then the context in which the page is being served. And then where they're feeding into. They go into the ad. They go into the landing page. They go into the thank you page. It's a focused message-aligned experience. And the entire time from the ad to the landing page to the thank you page, there's that continued narrative with A/B testing, with integration, and with brand consistency throughout the entire thing. That is the nuts and bolts again of this presentation. Thank you so much for joining me. I am now ready to take any questions you have whatsoever about our product, about me, about Instapage, about landing page marketing, or any digital advertising or digital marketing stuff in general. My job here as marketing educator here at Instapage is to work for you, to make sure you know what you need to know to make the most of landing page marketing and digital advertising personalization. However, before I get diving into the Q&A, I see there are some questions coming in. I am going to dive into those very, very shortly. I do want to tell you about the discount that we're going to offer, and it will be available for the next 1 hour and 12 minutes. It is going to be available until 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and for the first month of a monthly subscription to your professional or premium plan, you're going to get 50% off. It's an incredible deal and a really great opportunity to test out the full functionality of both our platform and of digital advertising personalization. You're also going to get 10 in-depth marketing guides on a number of topics, and before I worked here when I was a consultant, I would send these guides to a number of my clients to show them, hey, here's what I'm going to do for you. Really good stuff here. The other thing you're going to get, and in my mind, we'll go over the pricing in just a second, but in my mind, this design consultation is worth the price of this alone. Someone from our in-house design team will review your landing pages to make sure that it is optimized as much as possible for conversions. And I am happy to say 98 to 99% of these design consultations are going to boost your conversion rates. To put that into perspective for you, if you are currently sending traffic to a homepage and getting a 3% conversion rate, and then you start using personalized landing pages, now you're between 20 and 25%. So you've multiplied your conversion rate times 8 from what it was before. And then you have this design consultation, 98 to 99% of the time, that is going to continue increasing your conversion rate. All right, here's how you can take advantage of this. I have a URL here, and I am going to post it in the chat section of GoToWebinar. So you should see that in the platform. If you go ahead and you click on that link, it's automatically going to apply that discount to your sign up. Again, it's the 50% off our professional and premium plans for the first month of the plan. And I'll show you what that looks like, and also all the other things you're going to get along with it. All right, here's our basic professional and premium plans. Basic plans have a lot of functionality, but really the premium plan has the most bang for its buck. So it is, we're not going to nickel and dime you on the number of pages, the number of visitors, the number of domains, and all of our plans are going to include everything you see right here. If If you have any questions about anything you see whatsoever, let me know. I will address those for you. I will stay here as long as you need me to. I don't have another meeting until for another 3 hours. So if you have that many questions, I'm here for you. That said, professional and premium plans. The premium plan already comes with these design consultations. However, we're also going to include that with the professional plan for this limited time. Now, I can tell you that I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of people, and I see a number of you are going to this URL already. Awesome to see that. I've gotten a lot of feedback from a number of people who have engaged with this, taken advantage of this offer, and they very, very quickly discover that the full price is worth its weight in gold. So that is something that is that's something that kind of speaks to itself. They're getting so much return on their investment with digital advertising personalization and with Instapage that really this is a very, very low price for just testing out the functionality of the software. Now, that said, we do offer a free trial. We do offer a free trial that has the functionality of the basic plan. It's 30 days long, and then you are required to pay. No credit card required for the free trial. Encourage you to do that as well if you have not yet checked that out. But again, premium plan here, $75 a month. It's half off for the first month. It's a monthly subscription, so there's no ridiculous commitment or anything like that. There is a discount on the annual plan as well off the full price of the monthly plan. You also are welcome to do that, but this discount I'm offering you is for these monthly plans. Take advantage of that. You've got another hour and 8 minutes to do so. So grab your manager, grab your clients, grab your advisor, whoever it is, and get their input on this. Or if you're able to make the purchasing decision yourself, please, please do so. I really hope you can take advantage of this right now because I really want to see all of you lowering your cost of customer acquisition. And on that note, let's dive into the questions. Hector has a question. All right. Hector wants to know what happens on the back end, the leads, the analytics, the data obtained. What are the reactions that I can see after the landing page is on air? And then Hector, you have another question I think might be related. You need to receive the results obtained from your actions. Hector, I'm happy to show you that. In order to show you that, I'm actually going to show you a demo page that I create for another webinar that I host. This is a webinar. In fact, I think I have one here. I do. Okay. So this is a webinar that I host every Wednesday. It's far more about our product. I show you how to build a page from start to finish. It's ultra simple, but I built this page. It has an ebook attached to it, and if you engage with the page, then a pop-up comes up. You can enter in your email address and download the ebook. So Hector's asking, what happens with those leads? Well, those leads are going to appear right here. Here are all of the leads that I got yesterday as a result of that landing page, and I just sent this out to the people who attended the webinar. So this is just a demo, but I can see the variation, I can see the time, I can download these if I want to. The other thing I can do, Hector, really cool, is I can set up notifications. So I could put in my email address, and anytime I have a new lead, I will get an email notification telling me I have that lead. The other thing I can do, which is awesome, is let's say that I'm working with a client, or I want my boss to know, or my client's boss to know. I can put my boss at mycompany.com, obviously not a real email address. I can then put client at company.com. I can then put clients, whoops, that doesn't work, clients, boss at company.com. When a new lead comes through, everybody on this list is going to get an email notifying them of that lead. And I could have it come from Instapage, or reply is going to go back to Instapage, but I can also have it come from me and my brand. So I could have my name here, Ander Frischer, Ander at Instapage. And I can have the title be whatever I want. You have a new lead. Congratulations. I'll call you soon. And then I can have my logo, I can have their logo. If I have custom code ability, I can go in and I can edit the code. My coding ability is very, very poor, so I wouldn't necessarily do this. This is what it's going to look like, Hector. So this is the email that I'm going to get, and that anybody whose email address is entered into this page is also going to get. Now the other thing, oh, and Hector, I should also add that if you are integrating with any third-party technologies, this information, depending on which integrations you set up, will be sent there as well. So that's what's going to happen on the back end. Another thing that I believe you want to see is the analytics. Let's show you that now. So I can access it here. I can also access it on the dashboard. All right, so there's variation A, there's variation B. Here are the conversion rates over time. If I want to see the unique visitors over time, I can do that as well. If I want to pause a variation, I can do that within the page builder, or I can pause or reset this. I can see the conversion rate, etc. Good rule of thumb is wait till you have about 350 to 400 unique conversions for each landing page, or each variation rather. That'll help you determine which variation is performing better. Then take that winning variation and make a variation on the winning variation. Continue optimizing your conversion rates. And Hector, to answer the third part of your question, there is another webinar that I do offer. I will put the URL for the registration for that webinar in the chat here. Webinar.instapage.com. More than welcome to register. I do it every Wednesday. That webinar is I basically walk you through building a page from start to finish that has a form integrated in it. I show you how to use images. I show you how to add different elements to the page. Basically everything you need to know. And it only takes 30 minutes. And then there's a Q&A. So if anybody would like to sign up for that, I absolutely invite you to. You are more than welcome to do so. Okay. Those are Hector's questions. I see another another question about how to manage all the data, leads, info by brand. Another question from Hector. Hector, thank you so much for asking these great questions. Hector, I assume that you are either a consultant with multiple clients, or you work with or you're an agency and you have a number of clients. Let me show you something I think you're really gonna like. So this is our Instapage. This is our Instapage dashboard here. Hector, this is really cool. You're really gonna like this. This is how we use it internally as an organization. And the way that this is organized is there are different sub-accounts for our different projects here at Instapage. Certain people have certain levels of access to certain sub-accounts. How I would use this in your shoes, Hector, as an agency owner, or any agency owner for that matter, this is actually how many, in fact, all agencies, I think, most or all of our agencies, a lot of agencies use us, are using it in this exact way. So I could have this sub-account as client 1. This sub-account is client 2, client 3, client 4. I can provide all of the stakeholders at my client's businesses or whatever it is, I can provide them with access. So I could say, Ander Frischer, whatever the email address is, if I add it, I can then say if I want them to be able to view, if I want them to edit, or if I want them to actually manage. View, they can just look at the page. Edit, they can actually make changes on the page, and manage, they can actually publish the page. So let's say that you have one client here, one client here. You're not going to want this client being able to see everything that this client is doing, obviously. So you can maintain that level of privacy and give them only access to that specific sub-account. If you give them view privileges, then they can go ahead and they can look at the page before it's pushed live. Make sure that you can give them their approval. Maybe you want to give them edit privileges as well, so that maybe you want to give them edit privileges as well. So maybe they're going to add the copy. You're going to add the design. Maybe they're going to do the design. You're going to add the copy. So that is another level of organization. And then you can also do folders within, I'll go back to my marketing education tab here. You can also do folders within each sub-account, and then there are pages within those folders. And by the way, the green dot means the page is published. Gray means unpublished, and an orange dot, if you see one during the course of this webinar, means that there are pending changes. This page has been published to WordPress, as you can see. If someone wants to see how to do that, then let me know. Of course, you can publish to a custom domain as well. Larry wants to know about the integrations of basic plans versus pro and premium. Larry, let me take you to our upgrade page that has some of the integrations listed. All of the email service provider integrations are going to be included with the basic plan. MailChimp, Aweber, and a few others, I believe. Google Analytics, Facebook tracking, that is also included in every single plan. The main difference that you're going to get with professional and premium plans is something called Zapier. If you're familiar with Zapier, Zapier is like an if this then that for business. Now, this is the page I built yesterday. I'll go into our integrations here. At the pop-up, there are the integrations. So here are a number of integrations that we have available. One of the integrations that is on our Pro and Premium plans is Salesforce. Another integration that's available on our Pro and Premium plans only is Zapier. Zapier will allow you to integrate with anything that we do not already offer a direct integration with. So if you use a CRM like Prosperworks, or maybe you want to integrate not Zenefits, maybe you want to integrate, which is the one? Why am I blanking here? You want Zendesk, excuse me. Maybe you want to integrate with Zendesk or another technology that we don't currently offer a direct integration with. You can do that through Zapier. So that's an option as well. Another option I'll show you is you can add custom code to every page. And we actually do this here at Instapage with some of our pages. If I go to settings and I can do custom HTML, CSS. Again, I'm not a software engineer, don't know how to do that stuff, so I don't do that stuff. But the other thing you can do is you can use JavaScript. So let's say that there's a snippet of some third-party technology that you have to insert into the body, the footer, or the header of a page. You can do that here as well. So that's another way that you can also add some integrations. And then I'll take you actually to Instapage. I'll take you to /integrations. I'll take you to this page just to show you. So these are the integrations that we currently have available. Now, that all said, if you see something here that, or if you use something that you don't see available, you can use Zapier to make that integration happen right now. Since we're talking about integrations, I'll just show you quickly, because it's so easy to do, how you can integrate with Google Analytics and Facebook. If I click on settings here, and this is on every single page, this toolbar. If I click on settings, and with every plan for that matter, I click on analytics. Literally all I have to do is copy and paste my Google Analytics ID, and then copy and paste my Facebook pixel. That is going to allow this page to show up in Google Analytics or in Facebook like any other page would. Really, really easy to do. And highly, highly recommend doing it. It makes your analytics even more robust, combining the analytics on our platform with Google Analytics, so definitely recommend you take advantage of that. Okay, let's see. Question here about being an affiliate marketer. Let's see. If I want a landing page for a digital product of an affiliate marketer, do you host it? Is Instapage good for affiliate marketing? There are a lot of affiliate marketers that use our program, Leela. In fact, we have an affiliate program of our own that has a really, really good payout. I'll show it to you right now. Instapage, I believe it's instapage.com/affiliates. Oh, that's not it. Affiliate? Nope, that's not it either. Well, we do have a really good affiliate program. It might be on the bottom here. There it is. Okay. Okay, I was close. So we actually give really good commissions. Definitely recommend this. A lot of people are making a lot of money doing this. So sign up there if you want to do so. As far as setting up, as far as who hosts the page, all of these pages are hosted on our own servers. So you're not going to have to worry about traffic to your servers or to your website or anything like that. And the URL, if you're using a custom URL, will just point to the page on our servers. So no worries about that. Another question from Leela, why are we better than SendLane? Well, the simple answer, Leela, is that we're the most powerful landing page marketing solution available at the moment. And I anticipate, given what I know about the other features that we are developing and that are going to be coming out over the course of the next year, we're going to continue being the most powerful platform. We are also 100% custom design. And when I say that, I mean anything I want to do on any of these landing pages, visually speaking or experientially speaking. I don't know if that's a word, but I think you know what I mean. I can do. So if I want to add any new element, I can. If I want to take an element and I want to edit the code behind that element, I can do that as well. If I want to, I mean, these are all the things you can add. If I want to add custom HTML for like maybe it's an iframe embed, maybe it is an audio player of whatever it is, I could do that. So we are the most powerful platform. We have the best A/B testing. You saw how easy it was to create that A/B test, which is going to allow you to optimize your conversion rates. There's a lot you can do that you can't do with most of the other platforms out there. I'm actually not as familiar with SendLane as I am with some of the others, but I imagine based upon how detailed our product team is in their research, I would imagine that all of the same applies to SendLane. There are a lot of other platforms that are using that have landing pages built into them. But the other thing here is that here at Instapage, we believe that the lowest hanging fruit in terms of lowering the cost of customer acquisition is having a page for every single promotion. And the reason that we focus exclusively on landing pages is because we want to invest our time and our energy into landing page marketing and providing a solution that's going to integrate into everything else you're using. So with SendLane, we don't offer that direct integration, Leela, but through Zapier, I'm guessing, I can't promise this, but Zapier has over 500 different integrations. Through Zapier, it's likely that you could actually integrate with SendLane. So if you're using SendLane for email, you could actually use Instapage as the more powerful landing page marketing solution and continue using SendLane for your emails. So that is an example of how you might use both. I don't see any other questions right now. If you have other questions, please put them in the question section of GoToWebinar. Again, I am here as long as you need me to be here. But I want to remind everybody, this upgrade is only available for the next 52 minutes, so time is running out. Again, 50% off our monthly professional and premium plans for the first month of the plan. It's an incredible way to test out the full functionality of our platform. And just short of a guarantee, and the reason I say just short is because there are no guarantee kind of things, but like this. But I have not heard from anybody who took advantage of this, quickly saw the value, and once the month was up, they were more than happy to pay the full price because they saw the value so quickly. So really recommend taking advantage of this for the first month while you can, save a few dollars. And again, you get that expert design consultation, which in my mind, as someone who was a consultant, many consultants are going to charge more than this per hour for a consultation. You could be, they could charge, $150 an hour for that kind of consultation. So in my mind, this is worth the price of this alone. Of course, you're getting all of this other stuff that is also attached to it. Kalila, does Instapage help you make videos or just upload them? Just upload them, Kalila. I'll show you how you can do that quickly just so you can see it. If I wanted to add a video here, I click Add New, I click Video, and then all I would have to do is edit and then put that link right there from YouTube. Another thing I could do if I wanted to do it another way, for whatever reason, I could add an HTML embed code. So we don't help create videos, we can just upload them. Images, we don't help create images either, but that said, we do have a number of royalty-free images that you are welcome to use however you see fit. These are all, don't have any cost attached to them, included with our platform. We also have offered integration with Big Stock Library, which is similar to Getty Images or Shutterstock. It actually might be owned by Shutterstock. Don't quote me on that, but Big Stock has 30 million different images to choose from. Each image is only $5. You purchase the image directly in our platform, and I actually, because I'm on a complimentary account, I don't have access to this because it's a part of our team account here. But what's really great is you find your image of the 30 million to choose from, you pay $5, and you do it all within our platform. So then you don't have to leave our platform to do it. You find a great image, you just go and pick it and use it, put it on the page. Really easy, cuts down on a lot of extra clicks and a lot of time in your workflow. Let's see here. So yes, a consultant can help you with the integrations. Let's see here. In fact, Hector, this is another thing I want to give you guys. Very important for me that you have this. This is my personal email here at Instapage. So I am also, and I get a lot of emails, but I also want to be a resource for you however I can, and I really truly mean that. It's my job here to do that. That's what I get paid to do here at Instapage. I am the marketing educator here. It's my job to act as your resource however I can. So reach out to me, send me an email with any and all of your questions. Maybe it's about landing page strategy, digital advertising personalization. Maybe you're having a little trouble with the builder or something like that. I'm happy to help. If it's more technical, I will refer you to our customer support, which is, quite frankly, the best customer support team I've ever seen. A lot of them actually have computer science degrees, so they're not just people who know the product, they're also people who know the code. So they can really do pretty amazing things when they help. Let's see. I see another question here from Leela. So Leela says, would I need to create multiple logos for every different landing page I'm affiliated with? Let's see here. Trying to figure out the best way to answer this question. You're gonna have to upload. You're going to have to upload the specific logos to your account and then place those on the landing pages. So I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully those logos have been created for you by the companies that you're an affiliate partner with, but yes, you will have to upload. You don't have to upload them every single time. Once you upload it to your account, and this applies to different sub-accounts depending on what sub-account you upload them to, but once you upload them to that account, you can just insert them onto every different page. You don't have to do it, you don't have to upload them over and over and over and over again. Okay, I want to remind everybody, once again, another 46 minutes and then this opportunity will expire. I am going to put this in the chat section of GoToWebinar. Take advantage of this if you can do so. It's an incredible opportunity to make the most out of your investment in Instapage and do it very, very quickly. I am really, really confident that you're going to see the ROI. You're going to see a lower cost of customer acquisition. You're going to see a higher return on investment on all of your digital ads. And you're going to see higher conversion rates. It's going to do really, really good things for you. Hector wants to know, do we have sister companies? Well, Hector, we don't have like official affiliations. That said, a lot of our integration partners we have nice relationships with. I recommend sending me an email if you want a specific recommendation. I have my own personal recommendations, which pretty much everyone here at Instapage also agrees with. So send me an email with what you're specifically looking for, and I will help you find the right integration that'll help you do what you need to do. There's some really, really good ones out there. Okay, I am going to show you one more slide. Just want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure spending the last slightly over an hour with you. You had some excellent, excellent questions. And again, every Wednesday I do a product demo. Webinar.instapage.com is where you can get that demo. If you want to reach out to our support, help@instapage.com, but you can also reach out to me directly, Ander@instapage.com. Might take me a couple days to get back to you, but I will respond, I promise, guaranteed. And also follow some social media if you are so inclined. Congratulations to those of you who have taken advantage of this limited time offer. I cannot wait to see what you do on Instapage. And for the rest of you, as you're considering Instapage, remember we do have our free trial. It's 30 days, has all the functionality of our basic plan. Really recommend you take advantage of the offer and have the full functionality of our platform at an incredible price. But the free trial is also good for people who are not ready to make that commitment quite yet. Thank you for your time once again. Cheers to your future success and better marketing. My name is Ander. Please reach out to me at my email address with any and every question you have related to this subject matter, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.